Everyone, hello, everyone. So now we actually need to be, I know we're online, so we need to be online. So
Yeah, I'm to check.
yeah. So good evening. You're welcome to this. You're welcome to this interesting
Yeah,
class
it is
today.
live.
Is it so?
Yeah, it is live. So we're just checking to be sure,
Yeah. So
and we
we're just
already
making
have people.
some. We're
We
just
have
making
people watching.
some checks.
So we have people watching. People are live already.
Yeah, I know.
Cool. So welcome to today's live event, and today we're going to be talking about how you can go ahead and start your own e-commerce business, regardless of wherever in the world you're watching this from. And I'm going to be sharing a little bit of insights and with the big man here.
So don't mind him. It's just been forward. Yeah, it's been forward because I'm the one bringing him to this particular show. It's not the one bringing me. I don't know why. I don't know why he's jumping. I don't know why he's jumping. So we're going to be talking about big boy e-commerce. We're going to be talking about how you can start your e-commerce business and how you can actually do it in a big way that is very different from what most people are used to. So, and for you to actually understand how this works, we have here today our dear ex-cobbler, ex-shoe cobbler from Ibadan. So Kawi is right here. So he's going to be the one who's going to be talking about how he has been able to build various e-commerce brands and how you can do the same thing too as well. Now, when I mentioned some figures initially when I was trying to promote this stuff, I mentioned $10 million a year and stuff, and I noticed that some people were having some kind of reactions to it. They were kind of like, $10 million is down. Is that possible? Is it not possible? And all of that kind of stuff. But really, the e-commerce industry in the US alone is worth about over $1 trillion. Over $1 trillion. So a lot of people are actually cashing out big time on e-commerce. And you can do the same thing too as well. So really making $1 million from e-commerce or making 2 million or $10 million is no biggie. It's very possible. And we're going to be talking about how you can do it even while you are in Nigeria or from wherever place you are in the world. And to be frank, initially when we talked about this webinar initially, we talked about doing it in February. I think we talked about doing it in February, right? Yeah, in February. So, but then we moved it to last month. Then I realized that I was going to be in Dubai. So I was like, okay, instead of us actually doing this stuff, and I'm in Nigeria, and with the whole Nigeria internet connection issues, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just come over to Dubai so that we can do this thing together. So that is why today we are right here, and then we're going to be talking about how this thing is actually going to work. So we are going to be talking about the big boy e-commerce model. What exactly is it about? Like, what is the big boy e-commerce model? How does it work? Okay, how does the big boy e-commerce model work? And then we're going to be talking about how you can tap into it from Nigeria. We're going to be talking about what you need to start your own big boy e-commerce business, and then we're going to talk about some other things. So right here, like I said before, we have Kawi here. So Kawi, how old are you again?
I'm 24.
Oh, you are 24 now. Oh, sorry, I actually wrote 23. I thought you were 23. Okay, so you are 24 now. You are becoming a big boy too. So, so Kawi is here. Like you just mentioned, he's 24, and Kawi actually started his online business from Nigeria. So we are streaming from Dubai right now. So he started from Nigeria, from Ibadan specifically, and I think he's done very good for himself. And Kalu started this online business. I think he started maybe when you're 15 or 14 years old or so. So, and over the years, he has been able to really achieve a lot of stuff for himself. He has built 2 or 3 e-commerce brands. He's going to talk about it later on. Then he has been able to like travel all over the world. He has been able to like live the kind of lifestyle that many people would just dream about. So he's still working on himself. It's still a journey, but right now I think you guys should actually have an idea of what he is doing and how you can learn from him and how you can use that to improve your business. Okay, so enough of the whole introduction from myself. I'm going to start talking to Kawil now so that he can, like, share his stuff with you. So I'm going to start by asking you a few questions, Kawil. The first thing is that I'm going to ask you who is Abdul-Qawiyy? Like,
Well, hey everyone. I'm Abdul-Qawiyy. I believe like you said, I'm a journey in progress. I started out my journey into the online space when I was 15. I started 14, but I took it serious when I was 15. Started out as a freelancer, and then it felt like I think I already reached that point, and then I felt like I didn't want to keep selling my time for money because I was like some of like the first set of Nigerians to do freelance online until like the whole deplatforming occurred. And I learned about e-commerce, and I felt, okay, if I could sell a product in a day where I have at least $50 profit margins, which is one of the things that I teach. If you have at least $50 profit margins on every product that you sell, if you can sell 20 of that in a day, you just made $1,000, right? And if you can sell 40, you made like $2,000. Like, how much you can make in a day is largely dependent on scale, right? How many people can you reach? And if you look at it, you buy things online, whether you like it or not. You buy things on Amazon, you buy things on Jumia, even in Nigeria, you buy things on eBay. So when I discovered that, it was like a game changer for me. And also knowing that if I could do this from Nigeria, right, and that's why I always tell the story. And I come from a very, very humble background, like humble parents. My dad is a lecturer, my mom is a teacher. So it was more like, okay, if I can do this, then why not share it with the world, right? And that's when I started documenting the journey. I've been able to build and sell 2 e-commerce brands to 9 figures. And I've also been able to share my process with other people who have gone ahead to get results with it. So I believe that all you need to do is to be willing to implement the process. And another thing with it is if you are
okay, Kawil, let's take this thing one by one, okay?
Yeah.
I'm taking it one by one. So you've mentioned that you are from Ibadan, right?
Yeah.
And that you are from, a
humble
humble background,
Yeah.
and that you've been able to build some e-commerce store that you sold for 9 figures.
Yeah.
9 figures in what currency now?
In
Dirhams.
USD. No,
Okay.
USD.
Okay. So I want to ask, did you go to school?
Yeah.
Okay, where?
University of Ibadan.
Oh, okay. I just know. I just have to ask it, just like normal. So, how exactly did you get into the whole online business stuff?
Okay, so I stumbled upon an ad by Jason Stone. The same way you go on YouTube and you're watching videos and then you see someone on an ad and you have to watch it for like the first 5 seconds of that video. Yeah, so I ran into this video by Jason Stone. He's one of the biggest affiliates in the world by now. You probably know that. But back then I saw it and he was talking about this. And I was like, okay, how do you really go about this? There were forums back then compared to now. I don't know if there are forums right now, but before now, there were like warrior forums and stuff like that. And on one of these forums, I was able to partner with someone because I had no access to PayPal and Stripe, right? Because Nigeria had been delisted. So as a result of that, I partnered up with someone who I was able to use to get, paid and stuff. But long story short, this guy he ran away with the money. So I had to start all over. But like when you know something, you're not starting from scratch now, you're starting from experience.
Yeah.
So I was able to start all over and I've been able to I think we've been averaging $1 million months as at 2018, 2019.
So when you started the online business, how old were you then?
I was 15.
15 years old.
Yeah.
Like 15 years old, were you in like SS3 or SS2?
Yeah, SS3. And it was GCE period. SS2 into SS3. But then it was more like a play thing, like, okay, let's see how this goes.
Okay.
And when I got paid, so when I made like, I started out with freelancing before I did e-com. When I got paid, and I got paid like $50, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Someone paid me $50, and then 6 months into it, I got paid $250. I'm like, okay, there's something here, right? There's something here. So, and after doing that for a while, by the time I was 16, I had gotten, I think, like 10,000 or so, which I was able to use to incorporate my business.
So when you say you've gotten 10,000, what are you talking about?
Through freelancing.
$10,000.
Yeah, $10,000. I had gotten $10,000 that I had already saved up. Because even as I went Fiverr and Fiverr and Upwork, the platform, I was expecting $2,500. So, like, I was able to use that and leverage on that to kickstart the whole process.
Whoa, interesting. So, when exactly did you actually now go into e-commerce?
When I was 16, fully 16, age 16.
16?
Yeah.
So you moved into e-commerce 16?
Fully at age 16.
Whoa,
yeah. I was able to like fully leverage on it.
That's awesome. So before we actually go into the whole e-commerce stuff, I want to talk about some things, regarding how you've developed, how you've got into this stage. So right now you are in Dubai, and I think you've been in Dubai for how many years now?
Almost 3 years now.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So what actually prompted you to leave Nigeria and to move to Dubai?
I was tired of being harassed by the police and security operatives. When you're a young boy doing well, the point where you're using an iPhone and you're being harassed for carrying around an amazing smartphone, and they're expecting you to, in their own way, if you don't have like a 9 to 5 that you're reporting to, then you're probably a fraudster. And I can't keep explaining myself. When you check my phone and you see screenshots of $1 million, and now you are instantly like, oh yeah, you see, you just proved your point, you're a thief and stuff like that. And I mean, I couldn't live the life I wanted. So like someone like me, I love luxury, right? And when I had the money, I felt like, okay, yeah, I should be able to live the life I want. But then I don't want to put a tag on my back. So it was, a two-way thing, and I didn't want to keep going that way. So I needed an environment that is much more conducive, that I can be. And I felt like, I was traveling, and when I came to Dubai, I was like, I think this place is a very, very good place.
What do you mean by you were traveling?
I was traveling around the world. I left Nigeria in 2019 when I wanted to, I was done with my youth service, and I felt, okay, I'm leaving Nigeria. I need to just get out of this environment. But when I was traveling, I first went to Ghana, from Ghana to Estonia. And after that, I decided, yes, so I'm going to move away from this place. So when I got to Dubai, I was like, geez, man, what is this? This place is mind blowing, and the kind of people you can, connect with and all of that. So I was excited for that. And as a result, here we are.
Okay. That's interesting. So Dubai is actually cool anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So so you said you started e-commerce properly at the age of 16.
Yeah.
So what prompted you to move from freelancing to e-commerce?
Because one, it is scalable. So with freelancing, you're selling your time. And if a client decides not to work with you again, that means you have to start all over again. And also with e-commerce, no one needs to know you. Except you want to be the face of your brand, no one needs to know you. So it even works for you as an extrovert. And that back then, I had a lot of acne all over my face, so I needed something that didn't need me interacting with people and all of that.
No, I like this that you mentioned, the fact that you can actually make a lot of money online, and you don't actually have to be out there.
Yeah.
You can just be silent, be on your own. Nobody knows you. They're just making a lot of money. That's actually kind of really good.
Yeah.
So let's start talking about e-commerce right now.
Yeah.
So when we actually say e-commerce, can you just give us a brief explanation?
Okay, so e-commerce means electronic commerce. It's any form of transaction that occurs online, right, within 2 or more people, right, across the world. Now, in our own scenario, we're talking of selling physical products on the internet, right? So have you ever come across an ad where you see on maybe Facebook, Instagram, and someone they're telling you to buy a shoe, or it could be a camera, whatever it is? Yeah, it's all a process of you putting something online, running ads to it, having people. Now, there are several models of e-commerce. There's Amazon FBA, but what I'm talking about in this point is where you're able to sell physical products online that you don't have to store inventory off. You don't have to take inventory means like the goods or service where you keep at home and then expect to sell it. So in this scenario that I'm talking about, you sell a physical product online. You never have to touch the product. You never have to do this. And then you also don't have to handle the delivery because the manufacturer is the one who ships it out to the person who buys this stuff that you're selling. So in this scenario, and then it requires little capital compared to starting up an actual physical product business. So all you have to get good at is the marketing of the product and pushing it out there, and then you get paid for it.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I call this your model. I call it big boy e-commerce, and the reason why I call it big boy e-commerce is because I'm not actually kind of like new to what e-commerce is all about, and actually many people actually have an idea of what e-commerce is all about. But back in 2016, 2017, I think I was also kind of like involved in e-commerce, but the e-commerce we were actually doing was only to sell to the Nigerian market. And basically what we just do is that we just import product and then do some stuff and then sell to the Nigerian market. But it's like the one you do, you kind of like do it differently.
Yeah.
You do it differently and then you basically sell to people from all over the world.
Yes.
Right. So that's why can you actually tell us like how does it really work? Like
Okay, so it's pretty simple. The countries I prefer to sell to are countries that have hyper consumption. That is, people buy a lot and they have high purchase power. So, for instance, I think in 2019, one of the brands that we heavily promoted was getting apps in an instant second. It's like an app stimulator, and it is mostly geared towards people that want to look fit, or stay fit without having to spend thousands of hours in the gym or having to go under the knife. And with that, it is something that you can get, and once you have it on your belly, it activates your abdominal muscles, and as a result of that, you have this abs show up on your tummy. But it is a product that people have to consistently buy because you have to maintain that appearance, right? So when I'm talking about selling products, most of the times I talk of selling to angles of insecurity. Another product that we sold that did very, very well was to shop guys who are trying to date tall girls, especially in Romania, because like they have more tall girls in that place, but the men are not always like tall. So height is always like a factor. I mean, you've probably heard a girl say, I can't date a guy if he's not at least 6 foot tall, right? So as a result of that, people are buying these products, and when you put it online, so countries that I prefer to sell to: the US, the UK, I prefer to sell to New Zealand, Australia, Canada, because these people buy a lot and you don't really have to worry about customs compared to like Nigeria. I've never really sold anything to the Nigerian market because I believe the purchase power is very, very low compared to the average American or compared to the average British person. So, yeah, that's one of the things that is very, very important. You need to factor into it.
okay. So again, still going back. Sorry, I keep going back to because the reason why I'm doing this is because I think we actually have many of the people who are listening to us and they are actually like streaming from Nigeria. So and I guess many of them will probably be thinking, okay, well, looks like this guy is actually in Dubai. Maybe he's doing this stuff in Dubai, and then me, I'm in Nigeria. It might not really work for me and stuff. So what Kawi is actually saying here is that he actually started this e-commerce business from Nigeria.
Yeah.
So the reason why he's in Dubai right now is because he was able to make it work
Yeah.
for himself in Nigeria. That's why he was able to make enough money to move to Dubai and and live his life in Dubai. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I want to say is that there are some myths. There are some myths surrounding e-commerce. There are some things that people don't really understand about it.
Yeah.
For example, do you really need like a lot of money to start
No,
your e-commerce business?
you don't. Compared to retail business that you will start, you don't need a lot of money. The money that you need mainly because you're a Nigerian is money to incorporate your business in the US, for you to get access to a bank account, access to PayPal and Stripe. And then the next thing will be money that you use to run ads. But the good thing is, if you're selling a product right now, most of the times I advise you sell a product that has at least $50 profit margin. Because compared to a lot of people, they'll tell you, yeah, whenever you want to sell, just sell $10, $20 product. I'm like, no, you need to have enough profit margins for you to reinvest into advertising, right? So it is not expensive because think of it like this. If you sell a product and it is $100, right? And you have $50 profit, you can use that money and invest it back into the business. So even if you have like $500 to $1,000 to spend on ads, that is enough to like kickstart the entire process compared to if you were doing actual branded businesses where you have to store up the product and then do the marketing in-house and all of that. But it's very, very cheap compared to that process.
Okay, so let me just do another recap. So basically, what you are saying now is that the way this e-commerce business works is that you are going to set up an online store.
Yeah.
Then no one, you're going to find the product.
Yep.
Your product, that. So how do you go about? How do you kind of like decide that okay, this kind of product I'm going to?
Okay, so people always say maybe a product is saturated, but I believe that you can sell any product in this world by just finding the right marketing angles for it. And I'm going to give you an instance. For instance, there's a case. There used to be a phone case brand that they call Goods. It's owned by someone in my inner circle, and the appeal that he has about selling that product is you can attach your phone to any surface in the walls, whether a wall, whether it is like a glass, whether it is paper, you can attach your phone and it will stick. Now we know that a lot of people are in this current generation, especially the Gen Zs, love to create content online. So imagine if you know that you don't have to carry about a tripod stand, all of that. But by having your phone case with you, you can just put it to the wall and all of a sudden it will stick. That you're not selling that phone case in this point, you're selling a convenience that comes with being able to just start shooting content from anywhere, right? That's a marketing angle that you use to sell that product, right? So finding a product is pretty easy. It's more about what angle are you going to sell it from. And one of the things that I talk about is if you're able to find one or two angles for one product, you can make bank with it. You can make a ton of money with it. So finding a product is very, very easy.
So when it comes to finding a product, is it that you actually go and pay for a lot of product and then store them in a warehouse?
No,
or something.
So for instance, you look up a product. Another way you can even find a product is find a business that is trying to, there are brands, there's a website called exchangemarketplace.com where you can go and you can find brands that are already established that have sold products and are looking to sell that business, which is one of the good things about e-commerce. You can build a business and when you feel like, oh, I'm tired of this, you can sell it for good money and you get paid for it. So you can go on that website and you will see products that are proven. This person wants to sell. Go and look at why the person is looking to sell. So maybe because the person is tired of doing that business or they need to do something else and they are moving on. So you can then model after that exact brand because like they say, model after successful people, right? Okay. So you can just model after that brand and then create something new and start selling.
Okay.
That's it. It's very, very easy.
Awesome. So another issue is that I think you mentioned that that one of the funds you will need will be funds for you to incorporate your company in the US so that you can collect dollar payment and stuff. Can you just share a bit about that? Because one of the issues that I think many people are going to be thinking and then having is that okay, if I really want to like start a big boy e-commerce and sell globally to the world, how exactly am I going to be receiving payments? So can you just
So yes, once you incorporate your business, the main reason you have to incorporate your business.
do I
if
have to
you
travel
are-
to the US?
No, you
to
don't
go
have
and
to travel.
incorporate?
You don't have to travel. So I partnered up with a company that can help you set that up in the US, and it's part of the things that I also teach. Right now, you don't have to travel. All you have to supply is a few information about yourself that will be sent. Plus, as long as you have like a passport, it is very, very essential because it's a proof of identity that they will be using to know that yes, this is who this person is. But once you're able to provide those information, then it takes like 45 to 60 business days for them to start and incorporate your business for you in the US. So once you have that done, now you have like access to a bank account that you can create,
Like a US bank
a
account.
US bank account. You also have access to PayPal, you have access to Stripe, and with that you can receive money from anyone in any part of the
Wait,
world.
wait. So basically, what you are saying is that while you were in Nigeria, you actually did all of this stuff.
Yes, I did.
You actually set up a company in the US.
Yeah.
You got a US bank account.
Yep.
You got Stripe. You got PayPal.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. That's really that's
And it is legit. It's not those Lesotho PayPal that they will do when they will withhold your funds and stuff. This is like legit where you're able to.
So do you still run those bank accounts up to now?
Yeah, sure. Like if you put money in it, you'll still
That's
have
what you still
access
run.
to it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So I actually want to ask because I know that there are many people here who they've heard about e-commerce before and then they are kind of like selling to the Nigerian market and then doing all of that. So I was gonna say I don't know. I think it's actually obvious at this point because the question was supposed to be why should anyone consider doing e-commerce this way?
Oh,
You understand?
so I've never seen something this exciting before in my entire life. People will keep buying stuff online, right? And even last year, Alibaba did $40 billion in one single day, right? From I think they even did a singles day in China, and that's what they made. Like you imagine celebrating people. Okay, whenever you think of Valentine's Day was never really created to celebrate love. It was created for people to spend money. So you want to be on the other side of the thing, right? You want to be able to get paid for the same things that people will normally buy. And how do you do that? By putting up a brand and selling what people are already buying, right? Imagine if you go to the store right now, I'm sure you will see at least 5 to 6 brands of water. That's a form of commerce, right? So what it's showing you is this is something that is as old as a man. People will buy stuff. You just want to be on the other side of the cash register and get paid. We all have clothes on. I have a chain on, right? He has a clothes on. He has a watch on. I have a watch on. People will buy stuff. So be on the other side of the register. Know that people will buy. All you have to do is give them a reason to buy from you. So yeah, e-commerce is here to stay. Rihanna is
I think
into
that was the time you were telling me about one guy. I forgot. I even met the guy. One guy who sells with TikTok.
Yeah.
Who does e-commerce with
He's
TikTok.
19 years old and he did $10 million with e-commerce.
Yeah, 19-year-old.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, like as you can hear, e-commerce is actually huge, and you can make mega money with e-commerce. So I want to actually ask. So realistically, how much can somebody who is serious, and who says, okay, you know what, I'm going to start this e-commerce business.
Yeah.
So and then on a low level, how much do you think such a person can make within a year?
So within a year, I would say if you have like a good work ethic and you're able to understand how to market your offers, you should be able to make at least $100,000 at least. And that is even giving room for the laziest person ever. Because if you are selling a product, and I'm a numbers by the guy person. So let's say you're selling a product that has $50 profit margin, right? Now that means if the product is, let's say the product is $100, right? To make 100K, you need to sell 1,000 of that product, right? And if we divide it by 365 days, you should be able to be getting at least 3 sales every single day of the year of that
Okay.
product. So it's very, very easy.
Okay. I'm just going to ask because there is this issue that comes with e-commerce that we used to deal with. Those of us who used to do e-commerce in Nigeria, and that is like the issue of logistics. Sending product deliveries to customers and stuff. So, with your own big boy way of doing e-commerce and selling to people from all over the world, how exactly do you deal with that?
Well, the shipping. So there are two ways you can go about it. You can ship from China, or you can have a manufacturer that has a warehouse in the US, right? I used to have like a manufacturer that had a warehouse in Switzerland, had a warehouse in Germany, that had a warehouse in the US, right? And it is very, very easy. If you're selling to the American market, all you have to do is create, despite the fact that you're still selling this thing online, you can create a cult like audience and make people understand that, oh yeah, this is going to be made available during this time frame, right? As long as you communicate. But logistics is never really an issue. USPS is working, DHL is working. You can do your shipping by air, you can do it by sea. It depends on how crazy you want to go about it. But logistics is never really an issue compared to like Nigeria, where you buy something or you sell something and the person tells you, sorry, I'm no longer interested after you
Okay,
deliver.
okay. So since you mentioned it, that even reminds me. So one of the issues that people deal with in Nigeria is POD.
Yeah.
Pay on delivery.
Yeah.
So with this your big boy e-commerce of
Right.
10%, do you do any kind of POD?
No, they
So
pay you.
POD is pay on delivery.
Yeah, they pay you before you even ship the product out. So here's how it works. Let's do a basic math.
Okay.
So let's say your product is $100 that you're selling. Now the product might cost you, let's say $25 to actually get from the supplier. So now you have $75, right? Now maybe you might spend $10 to $20 to acquire that customer. Uh, and that is even on the high side. Let's say with all the Facebook ads issue, with TikTok, whatever, let's say you're spending $20 to acquire a customer that buys $100 product from you, right? Now you have an extra $50 that you can now take to the bank. So it's more of you just finding someone who's willing to buy from you and then paying you. And it is when they've paid that it is shipped out to them. You don't do any pay on delivery to this market. No, you don't do that. You do straight to the bank with this market.
So what about the kind of product that you sell? How
Yeah.
do you know if the product are quality products or
Oh, sure.
inferior product and stuff?
Sure, there's always room for you to get in touch with the manufacturer before it is shipped out because it is very, very important. So with the American market, they have a consumer rights protection that can shut you down if you sell something that is inferior, if people report you enough. And there's also like the FCT, but I don't want to get too technical. So you have to make sure that these products are quality products that you're selling to the people that are buying. And that's why once you've gotten, paid, you've got orders, then you get in touch with your manufacturer or the supplier. And assert there's video calls that you can do, and then you assert that. But when you get to a point, maybe when you're doing like $100,000 consistently, then you can have agents, so you can pay people that will go to the actual manufacturer to find out, yeah, can there be better qualities for the products that you're selling? But the most important thing is to be able to sell what people will need and what is in demand by people. But yeah, that's never an issue.
Okay, great. So this is actually very, 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 very interesting because when it comes, like I said before, I used to do e-commerce in Nigeria, and one of the reasons why I just bailed out of it is because the stress, the stress was just so much stress in terms of number one, POD, you understand? So you send products to all these customers, and then some of them would be like, oh, you know what? I'm not in the house right now, or I don't want the product again, or my baby doesn't like the product, or all sorts of excuses. So and Back then, when we ship out, if we ship out like 100 orders, we likely get like about 30 of it that will be sent
Return.
back, and that
Damn.
will return. And then you also have to pay all these logistics companies money for that. Then even it's just a whole lot of
Stress.
stress, yeah, and headache. So I think I'm actually enjoying this stuff. So what I actually want to do right now is that let's say you actually want to put somebody through right now. Like we have a beginner, somebody who wants to start their own big boy e-commerce and stuff and then take it seriously. So and they want to say, okay, you know what? Step one, this is what you do. Step two, this is what you do. Step three, this is what you do. Can you kind of like summarize it that way?
Yeah, sure. So the most important thing is, so I have something I call the profit calculator, and it's for you to first off make sure that what you are about to start with is profitable. You go into business because of profit, right? So it is very, very important that you make sure that what you want to sell is profitable. And there's also like the high ticket part of it, where products that you sell are like $1,000, $2,000. You only need like a sale of that per day for you to get to like the next point that you're looking to achieve. But once you do that, then you want to come up with like the marketing angles for this products that you're selling. Once you come up with the marketing angles, it is very, very easy for you to start selling these offers that you have out there. And the most important thing about this is when you are selling a product, you want to be sure that even if tons of people have sold this product before, can you still go into this market and sell? Because some people always think, yeah, it is saturated, this offer is saturated, so I don't know if I'll be able to sell it. But trust me, there's no product that is on this earth that I can't resell. And I'm going to give you an instance. So you probably know of this fidget spinner, right? There used to be a product that was viral if you were into like the online business as at 2017, 2016. There's a fidget spinner that you do like this and it starts rolling. But I sold that same product to parents who have autistic children, right? Children with special needs. And as a result of that, we did over $1 million. And I'm going to show you like the dash. Let me show you. So I have a screenshot here of my previous dashboard, right? This was my dashboard as of 2019. Yeah, and this is $1 million. Now I'm also going to show you like a screen recording of a video that I made back then, just so you know. So this is not one of those. So here we have it. Let me play it all over again. You can see this, right? So this right here is a screen recording, and let me replay it once again. So in case you didn't see it, this is a screen recording of my Shopify dashboard back then, and we sold a product that some people were saying, yeah, this product isn't, it's already saturated. I can't sell it again. So it's very, very important for you to come up with the marketing angles. That will help you when you start running ads and you don't lose a ton of money. But you will spend money in the beginning because you're testing out your ideas, you're testing out your offers.
Okay.
But yep.
So is that all?
Yeah, like it's that easy. You don't have to complicate the process.
Okay. Okay. All right. So don't mind me. What I was just kind of like thinking is that just to just break it down and actually make it easy.
Yeah.
So like number one is first thing you have to do from what you just said is that you need to find a product.
Yeah.
Then when you actually find a product, you have to like you have to buy the product, right?
No, you don't have to buy. So here's the thing. It depends on how you want to go about it, and it also depends on the capital that you want to invest into it. I love to do things
No,
the smart
I'm not
way.
talking about buying it in bulk.
Yeah.
Like maybe you just want to buy
You
like two
can
pieces.
you can decide to ask the manufacturer in China to make you a video and send it to you that you can then use for your advertising. But if you want to make in-house videos for your product, you can decide to have them. You can buy a sample of it on Amazon, right? And you make a video of it. So let me show you. Let me show you this. This was. So this was someone who implemented the same strategy, right? This was someone who implemented the same strategy and was able to make $164,000 within a month, right? By just implementing this strategy. All he did was buy a sample of the product and he ordered it on Amazon and he was able to like sell it. I also have more. This was from 2020. This was someone who implemented it and was able to make this within that same time frame. This was $31,000. And then we also had like clients that we worked with one-on-one who were able to make you can see this was from 2019. So it's from March 2019, $145,000. So like this works. You don't have to complicate the process. All you have to do is just understand that how can you get people to see the value in what you have to offer and get them to buy what you are interested in. So I already explained the process. The number one thing is see the profitability of the product that you're about to sell. 2, come up with the marketing angles for the product that you're about to sell. And then 3, be able to make the creatives, that is the picture or video that you're going to use in the advertisements that you're going to run, right? And then 4, get the supplier. After people have bought from you, get the supplier to ship it to people that have paid for it. And it's that easy.
Whoa.
Simple.
Whoa. So the part that I actually like here is the fact that instead of you selling to the Nigerian market, who are actually kind of like you said, their spending ability is not so robust, you can actually sell to countries that have a lot of money to spend, countries with a high spending power, purchase power. Yeah, right. So you can sell to the US, and initially at the beginning I said because I read one report like 2 weeks ago, and the report says that in the US alone, that the e-commerce market is worth like $1.3 trillion.
It's blowing up more than that right now.
Blowing up all over the place. So because people are buying stuff online more and more and more and more. So, and the good thing now is that okay, so here you are in Nigeria or from whatever, and then you can sell to people from all over the world, people who are in Germany, who are in Switzerland. What this means for you is that it means that how much you earn is going to be dependent on how far you want to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be on how far you want. It's going to be dependent on Nigerians who can spend money, who can spend money or any of those stuff. So it's all about how far do you want to go about it. And one thing that I like about the online business is that okay, like you mentioned, and you said you are 24 years old, and to be frank, about 50 years ago or 60 years ago, I don't think there would be any way for somebody who is like 24 or so, except unless you were actually born into like a rich family and stuff. But then you just coming from a humble family, and then by 2021, 22, you're already making $1 million a year, $2 million a year. I mean, if not for the internet, it wouldn't have been possible. And then because you actually have it, my focus, the reason why I love the internet is because of the kind of freedom that it gives to you. You understand? Because of freedom. Because right now, you now sort of think, you know what? Let me even leave this Nigeria and just move to other parts of the country and just go and run my business from there. I mean, it's like if not for the internet, you wouldn't have been able to do something like that. Yeah. And you actually mentioned some of your other achievements to me. Okay, well, I'm not sure if you want to talk about. If you want to talk about those things, let me not bring all those stuff. Yeah, but
yeah, it's fine.
No. The reason why I'm just talking about all of these things is because I just want people to see the possibility of the things that you can actually achieve when you take a business model that works. Like e-commerce, for example, it's a business model that works. It is huge. When you take something that works and then you actually focus on it and then you make it work for yourself. So talking about the stuff that I mentioned. No, I know you mentioned about you having some houses in Ibadan. Is it in Ibadan, Lagos?
Yeah, I have properties all over Nigeria. I have properties in Abuja. I have properties in Ibadan. I have some lands in Calabar. I got them because I was thinking, oh, this place is.
And despite that, you still run away from Nigeria.
Well, yeah.
Properties.
Well, it is very, very important that you're in an environment where you can think carefully and then your life is safe. No one would harass me here in Dubai if I talk about making like $20 million, $30 million. Talking about that in Nigeria can make me a target. I couldn't even live the normal life I wanted to live, and people were like, "How come we don't know you?" I'm like, "How would I want you to know me when I know that you can, when you can easily rob me and shit like that?" But here, I'm here. If I want to talk about anything, I can do this. I can talk about whatever amount of money I want to
Yeah.
talk about.
So, like I mentioned in the beginning, one of the issues that Nigerians have is that we've become so used to poverty, no, seriously, we become so used to poverty, and then we become so used to not making a lot of money. So
Yeah.
when somebody now comes and then they say something like, "I'm making $1 million a year," or "I'm making this amount of money," they begin to say, no, that's not possible. You are lying, or and stuff like that. So because I was surprised actually when I mentioned that $10 million a year e-commerce stuff, and then I actually had emails of people who are actually saying that's not possible.
Oh man.
I was just basically just laughing. So, but anyway, thank you that you've actually mentioned about how all of these things
Yeah.
can work.
Yeah.
So there was somebody that you mentioned sometimes ago. You said on 18-year-old, 18-year-old case study.
Oh yes, yes.
Who is that?
Moore, Luther Moore. So he's funny enough, he's Nigerian, his parents are Nigerian, but he's based in Canada, found me on Twitter and he reached out to me. That was 2018. And it was like he's tried selling products online for 8 months and he wasn't able to like get any results. So I showed him my own process because he was doing it the hard way before. And like I say, in life, there are two ways to do things, right? You can try to figure out something by yourself, or you can find someone who already has the experience and leverage on their experience. He tried it for 8 months, he wasn't able to get any results. And within 21 days of implementing my process, I was able to make $8,470 in profit, by the way, not like in revenue. Because I'm always about, if I talk about any numbers, trust me, it's profit. I don't give a shit about like the revenue, because it is what goes to your bank account that is most important, right? And that's why I always talk around like the profit blueprint, like making sure you have your profit in place. You see, when I was explaining the process that you need to go through before, I talked about the profit calculator. This is how you're able to identify how much will you spend on advertising, how much will you take to the bank, and how much will you also spend on like the shipping of the product. Because sometimes, so here's the thing, you can either have people wait for, let's say, 7 to 10 business days, or you can ship it to them in a faster time. So you include that too in when you're selling the products that you are putting out. So that's why I say don't sell a product that doesn't have enough high profit margin, that you can also invest money into advertising and also into getting people like direct process. But yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that's very interesting. So I think there was I'm just trying to just think of the people that I think I know that you've mentioned. So I think there was another person, maybe one of your clients, one of your students
Yeah.
that you said was selling hair or something. Was
Yeah.
it selling hair?
She was selling hair care products
Okay.
and she was able to make, I think it was $30,000. I'll try to find that email, but she was able to make, I think I even shared the result. Okay. No, okay. So this one was a screenshot from it's $90,000, by the way. And when was this? This was in 2018. So if you look at the time, if you can look at the time attached to this picture right now, this was November 8th, 2018. And she was able to like get this. Now our business does roughly $3 million a year between 2018 and now. So there are several things you can sell online. People will buy. I have tons of testimonials, and like there's a testimonial of someone who did 800K in 4 months. Kendall. So the most important thing is you knowing what you want out of life and deciding to go after it regardless of whatever challenges that you might face. And now you might be thinking, oh, he keeps saying it is easy, it is easy. Yes, it is easy because when you follow a blueprint, am I saying is that you won't learn along the way? No. You will learn along the way. You need to learn your own lessons, but it is definitely easier to learn how to do things and how not to do things when you follow someone else's blueprint and go along the way that they've laid down for you. But if you're trying to figure it out by yourself, of course you'll make mistakes. I'm sure there are a lot of people that will be like, who are trying to get PayPal. You probably won't get PayPal because the US will crack down on you if you don't go through the right process. So forget all these people that will tell you, yeah, I'll get you Ghana PayPal, I'll get you Lesotho PayPal.
So let me ask you because you mentioned something now. So when you were trying, while you were trying to kind of like figure out this e-commerce stuff, learn about it, like how much would you say you've invested into maybe courses or mentorship or something like that?
Also, I mean, in the beginning, I invested a ton of money. Let's say I invested like 10 to 20,000 and that was when I didn't even have like a lot of money to play around with. But when I started making a shit ton of money, I invest at least $250,000 a year right now.
Okay, so let's not start talking about. So let's talk about the time that that you were spending. Like you didn't have a lot. So what you are basically saying is that you spent as much as $20,000
Yeah.
to actually properly learn how you can actually
If not
make a
more.
lot of money.
Yes, if not more.
I know it probably be more, but let's just put it at $20,000.
Yeah.
So I mean that's a lot of money. $20,000 should be like how much now? I mean
That would be like 10 point
that would be like 11 million,
11.
11 million plus. Yeah, it should be like 11 million plus.
Yeah.
It's actually good because the reason why I brought up that point is because many people are going to be listening to you right now and they want to achieve the same results, but then they are not really willing to actually go the extra mile to invest in knowledge.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when it comes to things like this, there is no way you are actually going to jump ahead and do it without investing in proper knowledge that is going to be of help to you.
Yes.
Right?
Because you can only go so far with free information.
Yeah.
If it is free information, there will be free information on YouTube that you can check out for sure. There are free webinars that you can watch, but they can only help you so far. You need a place where you can find access to information, structured information that can help you move forward. So yeah.
Okay. So people are talking about the blueprint. That's what I'm seeing on this comment section. People are talking about the blueprint. How does the blueprint work? How does the blueprint work? Blah blah blah. So if you've been listening to Kawi, actually, see, this is how it works. E-commerce is about selling physical products online. Now, the way Kawi goes about it is that he sells e-commerce products that actually solve problems for people because it makes your work easier that way when you sell products that help people with insecurities and problems. So that's basically what he sells. And basically what he is saying right here is that the first thing you have to do is that you need to actually find a product. And I think he has given some tips on how you can go about that. And once you have a product you want to sell, you set up your online store, right?
Yeah, you get that in place.
So your online store. Now, when we're talking about an online store, are you saying is it like a fully blown website like Jumia?
No. You don't have to. You don't need all that. You just need a landing page that talks about the product, has a little bit of like social proof. So it's easy. You can go on Amazon right now. You'll see like there are literally all the kind of products that you want to sell. Go on Amazon. You will see other people that have sold this product, and you can just model after the reviews that are already existing there and add it to your own landing page. And I advise to use like two platforms, mainly Shopify and ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels because if it is just one single page that you go, it increases your conversion rate, and then you can use Shopify at the back end to do the fulfillment for the product. So it is very, very easy that way. And I get it. You might be saying, it keeps saying it is easy. But you want me to tell you that this thing is difficult? It's not difficult if that's what you're looking for. It is difficult if you try to figure it out by yourself. And I'm going to give you an analogy. So imagine an 18-year-old that has never driven a car before and is trying to drive a car, right? If he goes ahead, ignites the car with no one there, what would happen? It will crash that car. possibly lose his life because he's learning from his own experience. But when you learn from other people's experience, if someone is seated beside you in that same car and it's also that 18-year-old, and the person says, "Oh, when you ignite it, you put your legs on, you brake, and then you slowly release it, and then you press on the accelerator. So, and then you move it to reverse. That way, it is easier because now you know what to do. So that's why I'm saying it is easy.
Okay, thanks for teaching us how to drive a car. so I remember something now that when I posted about this stuff on Twitter, somebody said, does anybody actually make money from attending this classes? From attending these classes, which is actually funny because you don't make money from attending a class or from lectures. You make money from applying it, from applying the income. That's what brings you money. So, and like Kawi has actually stated, if Kawi is saying it's easy or it's easy now, what makes it like he mentioned he has spent like $10,000, $20,000 to actually figure out how it works. And this is money that he paid to learn from others to actually know exactly how it works, to follow the right way. Because that's one thing that many people actually know you don't take serious. You guys want to jump into something without actually figuring it out. And then while jumping into it, then they begin to say, this is actually not as easy as this and stuff like that. And one other thing that I would add anyway is that anything you're going to do in life, anything whatsoever that you want to figure out in life, at the beginning, it's not going to be like a free flow.
Yes, sure.
So even like, he was trying to explain with driving a car. So even when you actually have somebody that is even beside you and trying to help you out, it's not that you're going to become an expert within a day, but it's going to help the process easier for you. It's going to speed up your journey. It's going to shorten the journey for you, and then so that you can become an expert very fast. So thanks for actually mentioning all of this stuff. Now, so all these people that they've been talking about what is the blueprint, what is the blueprint. Now, apparently, this is not kind of like a fully blown training cycle. We can't talk about everything in here. So, but I know that Kawi actually has an online course. What's the name of that online course again?
Goldmine.
Yeah. So Kawi has an online course called Ecommerce Goldmine. And to be frank, the first time I saw this Ecommerce Goldmine, Kawi sells this course for $1,000. Is it
$2,500.
He sells the course for $2,500.
You can usually find it
exactly. You can even check it online. So, and the thing is that it's not like when somebody says, okay, this stuff is for this amount and nobody actually purchases it. He actually has people buying the course.
It's made $12 million.
Exactly. So he actually has people buying the course for $2,500. So, and I've seen the course. It's like it's high quality. It's high quality. So something happened. I think that was in February or so. So when I saw the course, I was like, "Oh, guy, you know what?" Because he has been talking about listing that course on Expertnia, for quite a while. And then because he has other stuff to do, it was just kind of like just playing around with. So eventually, I said, "Boy, you know what? You have to bring this course over to Nigerians. Nigerians have to kind of like get access to this course and learn how to do e-commerce properly and learn how to do e-commerce the big way." So, and when he brought it over to Expertnia, one other issue that we're having was the issue of price, because $2,500 is like over $1.5 million, and I'm like, I don't think many Nigerians will be able to easily afford this amount of money. And what he did, which was actually surprising to me, anyway, I told him to beat down the price. So, but I didn't know he was going to beat it down to 75,000. I mean, when he said the product was going to be available for 75K, I was surprised because I don't know, like, how do you actually offer stuff like that for 75K? So he brought it down to 75,000. And if you really want to do this stuff and then you want to get started with it, I would advise you to get this e-commerce. Ecom Goldmine. So, can you please talk about what is included inside the Ecom?
Okay, so in Ecom Goldmine, you find access to all the resources that you need. How do you find a product? How do you know what product to sell? How do you calculate your profit margin? How do you market your product, right? And also you get access to the templates that you can model after when it comes to putting your product online for you to go ahead and sell it consistently. Plus, you get access to the companies that can help you set up your business in the US. So you have access to a US bank account, a US PayPal account, a US Stripe account that makes it easy for you to receive money from all over the world. Another bonus that I'm now adding to this is for you to get access to a funnel. So we charge $10,000 to build out an entire funnel for clients who are into e-commerce, but you're also getting this for free when you sign up for the Ecom Goldmine. And yeah, that's more about it.
Okay, so I'm not going to say something right now. Now, somebody somewhere might be thinking, oh, okay, it's because Kawhi wants to sell his course. That's why. Because I'm seeing some comments that are actually funny right here, right now, and I actually want to say this. It's not. I mean, I don't even know. Okay, like I've mentioned this is actually a course that he sells for $2,500, and now he actually crashed it down to 75,000 for Nigerians. Okay, so it is not actually kind of like the money he's actually going to actually make from it. That's not the reason why he is offering it. I was actually the one who basically begged him to list the product on Expand to make it available for Nigerians. So it's not like it is a thing. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. Then the second thing I'm going to say is that this e-commerce gold mine, this big boy way of doing e-commerce, is not for everybody. Okay, it's this kind of stuff is not for everybody. I know that there are people who are not really motivated to do stuff, to go the extra mile, to invest in themselves. They see it as maybe, he wants to collect my money, want to do all of that stuff. So if that is you, this kind of stuff is not for you. So I don't beg people to invest in themselves. I don't beg them. If you want to invest in yourself, fine. And to be frank, giving out all of this stuff that he's giving out to you for 75K is a mega steal. Like, it's a steal of the year. And like you mentioned, he's even adding some bonuses to the course. And these are bonuses that are not even included in the course normally. So can you just please mention this stuff again?
So you get access. Right now, TikTok is a huge way for you to blow up your e-commerce business, and you get access to a list of influencers that you can reach out to that have 400,000 to 2 million followers that you can use as for influencer marketing, even if you don't want to spend money on advertising by yourself. You also get access to funnels that are built out. People pay $10,000 to $25,000 for us to go ahead and share this with them, but you get access to this for free when you invest in the Ecom Goldmine. You also get to understand how to sell your offers, right? Plus, you get access to the company that can help you set up your business. So instead of you trying to figure it out how I did in the beginning, I spent over $15,000 trying to incorporate my business. But with all of this, you get it for less than $1,000 to incorporate your business, and then now you can decide to have extra money by the way to run ads and all of that. But this is very, very important. It's not information that you get out there, and I barely put this out just so you know. When we pre-launched like the Ecom Goldmine, this was how much it made, $724,000, right? And this was as far back as 2019, right? As you can see, this is a screenshot. Just so you know, so people buy at 2,500. It was because of him that I listed it on, so people that Nigerians can get access to it. Plus, the price for this would even increase soon. So if you get access to it, good luck. You are on the right path. And like I said, it's easier to figure out something when other people have already done it and they are giving you the blueprint. But if you're trying to figure it out by yourself, of course, entertain me, please. So yeah, that's it about that.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for saying that. So right now, guys, if you want to get Kawi's Ecom Gold Mine, and get all the bonuses attached to it. I want to share a link with you right now. I want to share a link with you right now. Where do we put the link in?
Where did you put it here?
I want to share a link with you right now.
So
Where do we put the link in?
where did you put it here?
I want to share a link with you right now. So just go to pathng.com/bigboy. That is pathng.com/bigboy. pathng.com/bigboy. So just go to pathng.com/bigboy. That is pathng.com/bigboy. pathng.
So it has been attached to the stream right now, and you can get it at pathng.com/bigboy, and this will make it easy for you to
So you can get it at, you can get the course at pathng.com/bigboy.
And it is going to make it easy for you. Now, understand that this is a limited time offer.
Yeah. So now, so Kawhi has mentioned the bonuses he's going to be offering to you, but these bonuses are not stuff that's going to be there for life. So, and the bonuses are stuff that's going to actually help you speed up your process, because he's talking about giving you access to funnels that they've actually created already. They have created already for selling products. So these things are going to make your work very easy. Now, there's one other thing. One other thing is that up until May 7th, the price of the Ecom Goldmine is going to remain at 75,000.
Yeah.
So from May 7th going onwards, the price of the Ecom Goldmine and Expertnia is going to go up to 100,000. Yeah. So that's actually what is going on right now. Because to be frank, I don't know I don't know the angel that landed on this guy's shoulder to actually make him price it for 75K. Because no, I like giving people nice offers and stuff, but then 75K is too low. It's too low for the cost compared to what anyone buying it is going to get from it.
Just so you know, one of the funnels that you're getting, someone paid $15,000 for it. This is TPS Consulting. If you're to pay via Stripe, this is what you're going to pay for just one of the funnels that are getting as a bonus for this offer.
Wait. So the bonuses you are giving to these people,
yes,
that's what somebody paid $15,000
for here.
Wow. That's interesting. So right now, if you are going to get in on all of this offer, it's limited, okay? It's limited. It's going to be limited up till May 7th. And from May 7th going forward, you are going to be paying 100K if you still want to get the Ecom Goldmine course, okay? And even with that, all these bonuses won't even be part of it.
Yes.
So these bonuses are just meant for people who are attending this class right now
and are taking action.
It's actually like a fast action taker bonus. So the bonus is just because you are someone who is different, someone who actually wants to like do stuff, someone who is taking action very fast. So that's why he is giving you access to all of these bonuses. So right now, just go to pathng.com/bigboy and make sure you buy it immediately. So once you make that purchase, Kawhi is going to send you the extra bonuses, and then you can get started with it. So right now, we are just going to go through the comment section and then answer some of the questions that people have. Okay. So let me just see the questions we have right here.
Okay, someone is saying, how much does it cost to get started? So here's the breakdown for you to. So in the past, even people that we've worked with to help them incorporate their business, it used to cost $5,000 to incorporate their business as a Nigerian. But right now, you can incorporate your business for $1,000, right? But if you use access to the company that I'm sharing with you that will help you kickstart this thing, they will, because you're coming through the Ecom Goldmine, you can get it done for $500. And that is also like very, very limited time. It is as a result of this offer. If you invest in Ecom Goldmine, you can get it done for $500 compared to spending 500,000. I said 500,000. Compared to spending $5,000 to do it by yourself. But anyone who goes through the Ecom Goldmine within this time frame can get access to it and get it done for $500 because you're going to be using a link from me to get access to it. And you will also be using the coupon code Ecom Goldmine. So if you don't use that coupon code Ecom Goldmine and it's through the Ecom Goldmine, you're not getting access to this for less than $5,000 to incorporate your business. So just accept that, okay, $500 to incorporate your business, and that is like a one-time offer you won't get anywhere else. Also, you're getting access to the community. So you're getting access to the community where you can ask any question that you have weekly. Like every week you can get access to ask questions that you have. And this is only as a bonus of this, because a call with me for an hour is $3,000, but you're getting this because you're signing up for the Ecom Goldmine. So your main capital that you need to kickstart will be money for you to incorporate your business and then money for advertising. So even if you have like $1,000, I believe you should be able to start this entire process. Before, it will cost you at least $10,000 to go through this entire route as a Nigerian. But right now, I believe that you can go ahead and get started with, how much is $1,000? Like 600,000 naira?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is with this insane bonus of getting the Ecom Goldmine within now and 7th for 75K. Aside that, you're not getting it.
So someone is saying, please, Abdul, make it 50K. You be thief. You are a thief. Okay. If you are saying you should make it 50K, just go and carry gun and just go and rob.
I brought something down.
And just go and rob
from $2,500 for you to 75K, which is less than $200, and you want it to be 50K.
So
no,
50K,
sorry, it's not meant for you, man.
It's to be frank, making offers like this, I don't even know. When I told him to actually bring down the price of the stuff, to be frank, I was thinking he probably make it like 350,000 and stuff. So I was surprised when he now said 75K. I mean, it's like it's a no-brainer. So, and again, this is called big boy e-commerce. Okay,
it's not for small boys.
It's not for everyone. It's not for small players. So if you are broke and you are still looking for Gary to shop, this stuff is not for you. Go and find your level. Go and find your level and do your own stuff. This stuff is not for you. This stuff is for people who really want to do big numbers. Okay. Yeah. Now you've been hearing what all the numbers here we've been talking about since. So this is not for small players. So that is why the price can be 50K, and even the 75K price is just going to be for the next few days. So from May 7th, the price is going to go up to 100,000.
And who knows, we might double the price from 100,000 soon.
Yeah.
So don't think, when even it is 100K. And also the access that you have to be able to get all of these resources is going to be revoked after May 7th. So if you are trying to figure it out by yourself, yeah, sure, why not? But by May 7th, this is going to be done. So let me just go.
So I'm just looking through the questions to see. Let me see. I think the main thing people are just asking is, how much can we use to start the business? Now, let me just be blunt and just say this. Now, although he has answered the question, how much can we use to start this business after getting the course? But really, what I have realized in my over 10 years of doing business online and selling to these up people is that anyone asking questions and saying how much will I use to start the business after getting a course? It's somebody who is not really ready to do anything. That's what I have figured out. Somebody who is not really serious, who doesn't want to do anything. Because if you want to do stuff, you just start something and then just figure it out from there. It's not about you trying to just say, "Oh, do I have all the plenty money?" That's not how it works. So he answered the question, but really, I would have preferred that he didn't even answer it because that's not
See, the
part of
thing
what
is,
we
we have
do.
people that have paid as high as 700,000 naira for this same stuff that are Nigerians, but like it is much more intensive. So I'm just going to be blunt with you that this is for people that are going to go ahead and make use of the information that they get from it. And this is a no-brainer. Trust me. I wish I had something like this when I started out that could guide me and take me through the entire process. Because even I charge a shit ton of money to work with me, right? Working with me starts at $25,000. So having access to the information that you will get and being able to go with your own path is something that I wish I had in the beginning. And that's why I am granting you access to this. I can't wait to see the transformation that you get. And let me just show you real quick. Let me screen share. Let me share my screen. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Oh shit. Okay, I'm going to share a link. I'm going to share a link. I'm unable to share the screen, but I'm going to share a link to this right here, and I want you to check it out. This is someone who made $800,000
I don't think
by,
that screenshotting is working.
yeah, but they're able to check the link. So you can click the link right now and see this. Click the link and check it out. You will see someone who made 800,000 from the entire process, right? Or it is very, very important. So I know that you can get results, but the most important thing is for you to put in the effort. So I'm not going to promise you you're going to make $1 million when you have the work ethic of $200, right? So the work that you put in will determine the results that you get. So that's it.
So let me just add this. Let me just add this stuff to right now. So if you are on this call and you happen to be an expert near affiliate, okay, you have to be an expert near affiliate, and you are a serious person, okay, because I know that we have a lot of unserious people. So and you happen to be a serious person, I'm just going to say, go and use your affiliate link. You don't even have to use this link that we give here. You can go and use your own affiliate link to buy the course. All right. You can go and use your own affiliate link to buy the course because I am not doing this webinar so that I can make some commissions from you. That's not the reason why we are doing this webinar. I'm doing this webinar so that you guys can actually see what is possible. That's the main reason why we are doing it. So if you happen to be an expert near affiliate and you are a serious person, just go to expert near, search for the course on expert near. It's called Ecom Goldmine. Search for it and buy it using your affiliate link, because if you do that, I guess you're going to have a discount. How much is even the commission for affiliates? Is it like 50%?
50%.
So that means indirectly you're going to be paying like half of the money for it. Okay, so you can go to Expertner right now, buy it, and do that before May 7th. Okay, before May 7th, because by May 7th the price goes up to 100K. Do that before May 7th and have access to this mind-blowing information. Have access to this mind-blowing. So I must be frank with you guys. There is nothing beats when it comes to making good money online. Eventually, nothing beats selling to the global market. Nothing beats selling to the global market. Now, well, anyway, you're selling to Nigerians is all good and stuff, but when you look at the whole Nigerian market, Nigeria is just about 200 million people most of which are broke, by the way. Yeah, no, it's actually true. Majority of Nigerians are actually broke. They are kind of like surviving. So what that means is that to sell to Nigerians is actually a lot of stress and
Stress.
struggle and begging. No, just like just like I'm doing here right now. Okay, so here right now I'm trying to like tell you guys something that can actually work for you, and I'm seeing people pricing saying, "Oh, can I buy it for 40K, 50K?" It's all effects of the Nigerian market that people are just broke and struggling. So, but if you are a different person, if you are the kind of person who is tired of all this stuff going on, then you really want to carve out stuff for yourself. Like you guys have been listening to Kawi right here. He went into his online business when he was 15 years old. Can you imagine that? 15 years old. And then by 16, he began his e-commerce business. Now I'm talking that's like somebody who really has a desire of changing his life, somebody who really wants to do stuff and go ahead in life. So if you are that kind of person too, go right now, go to patmg.com/big boy, purchase the program, or if you happen to be an expert near affiliate, just log into the marketplace and buy the program using your affiliate link, and do that between now and May 7 when the price is going to go up to 100K. All right.
So someone asked the question, and it's like, after the company is incorporated in the US with US bank account and PayPal, are there restrictions on how to access such from Nigeria? No, there are no restrictions because your business is already legitimately set up in the US,
Yeah.
and as a result of that, you have no issues whatsoever with and doing it from any part of the world. So you can be in any part of the world. I mean, Dubai, my business is in the US. I don't have any issues with it. As long as you do it legitimately, then you have no issues when it comes to that. And so you get access to this when you sign up, and you get access to, being able to navigate the entire process with ease compared to trying to figure it out by yourself. So compared to other white guys or stuff that will tell you about this, I am a Nigerian, someone like you, right, who is able to do this and was able to use it to better his life. And it is also not age restricted, right? And you can get it on Expani, as he has said. Yes, someone says, does it include all the bonus? Yes, if you do that within now and then, you will get access to all the bonuses. Once the price increases, we're also restricting the bonus access because it is time consuming to give you the same thing people pay $15,000 for. So, yeah.
All right. To be frank, I actually think we've said a lot. We've said too much, self. So right now, I'm just going to just put an end to this call. So, and I'm going to say that doing your online business gives you a lot of freedom. Yeah, a lot of freedom, and having access to quality information speeds you up. It gives you speed when it comes to success. Now, Kari is talking about you incorporating your business in the US. Now, I've been doing online business for more than 10 years, and I didn't even have like a US business.
Yep.
It was when I met Kari, he was the one who actually helped me incorporate my business like within within like
45
within
business
fo-
days.
within 45 business that I have a business set up in the US that is all set up to receive money via Stripe, via PayPal, all of those things,
Yeah.
US bank accounts, everything all set up. So quality information is something that is valuable, and you should be ready to pay good money for it if you are serious about getting ahead in life.
Yeah.
So we've also mentioned the Ecom Goldmine, which is actually Kawi's course, which gives you a step-by-step process of starting your own e-commerce business and doing it the big way. Okay, not selling to Nigeria, not doing the whole e-commerce store that people do in Nigeria, and then you have to struggle to beg people to buy, beg people to stay at home, still do pay on delivery, do all of those stuff. If that is what you want to do, well, it's all good. So you can go ahead and do that. But like I said, this stuff is not even for everyone. It's called Big Boy E-commerce. Okay, so he has a course on it. It's called E-commerce Gold Mine. The course teaches you everything. Like I see people are asking questions. Okay, how do I source products? How do I do this? How do I create a funnel? Everything is inside the course, right? Everything is just purchase the course, sit down with it, and go through it. And Kawi is also giving you some extra bonuses too as well. It's giving you access to some funnels that you can actually use to kickstart your e-commerce business. And like he just showed you guys, this is stuff that people are paying as high as $15,000 for, and it's adding it up to you as a bonus. So, and lastly, the e-commerce goldmine course is going to be available on Expertnia for the price of 75,000 up till May 7th. So from May 7th, the price is going to go up to 100,000, which is reasonable, right? It's reasonable because the cost is not even for small people to start with. So if you think you can't afford it, no wahala, go and buy some, go and do something else, okay? Go and do something that is at your level. So, but if you are the kind of person who really wants to go ahead, who wants to like make things work for yourself, get the e-commerce gold mine course and go through it. Go through it. So even at the end of the day, even if you think that okay, you know what, I don't even think I'm going to do this e-commerce stuff. The amount of information you're going to get from that stuff is highly valuable. For example, by then you would have known how you can set up a US company, how you can set up a US bank account. I mean, you can even charge money to help people with that stuff alone and make a lot of money from there.
And you can still sell your business and make a shitload of money too.
Exactly. So and even after creating your e-commerce store, e-commerce brand, you can even still sell it up. So I think you sold like two
Yeah,
of your stores, have you?
yeah, 2 brands.
Yeah, two brands. So Kawi here sold two of his e-commerce brands, and he sold them for is it 8 figures or 9 figures? I'm not sure. 9 figures.
I'm
Sold
building
for
a new
nine
brand,
figures.
by the way.
Yeah, he sold it for 9 figures. So this is actually huge. To be frank, this is huge business. Okay, it's huge business. It's not for everyone. So I'm not surprised. I can see that when once we began to talk about money and buying costs, I've seen that many people have run away. Okay, which is actually normal. That is what that's what many people always do. They run away. So, but for you that you are still here, I think just go ahead, go to Expertnia, go to patng.com/big boy, get the e-commerce gold mine course between now and May 7th and begin to go through it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all for now. Do you have any
So
other thing?
someone says, how do I get access to manufacturers in China? Joy Kadiri says, and the likes of dropshipping countries. Well, I explained that in the course already. Like, you don't need to worry yourself. I explained that in the course already. So someone says, do you pay tax since your business is incorporated in the US? I'm not a I'm not a tax advisor, but because your business is set up as a foreign disregarded entity, you don't really have to worry. I mean, you shouldn't even have to worry about taxes until you make at least $100,000. So it's like asking what's the color of the chick before it is hatched in from the egg. So don't worry yourself about any of that. By the time you get to that point, you talk to a tax advisor. But understand that because your business is incorporated as a foreign disregarded entity, you don't have to worry about that.
So I can see that somebody here who doesn't have work to do, he doesn't say, so he was never an Ibadan shoe cobbler. Okay, sorry about that. We didn't actually cover that part. Somebody, that is his own headache. Out of everything we've talked about today, his own headache was that, oh, he didn't actually talk about him being an Ibadan shoe cobbler. Okay, you want to show them pictures of
Yeah, I want to find when I was like.
Okay, sorry for that, Mr. Joseph, or what's your name? We missed
So
out.
just so you know, this was a picture of me and my apprentice when I was making shoes in Ibadan. See, I was a cobbler and I did this to be able to raise funds. So no matter the excuse you have, I was also able to like use this to learn how to make some money for myself to be able to invest in myself. So, yep. Anyways,
So now I hope you are now satisfied. Yeah, you can now go and sleep in peace now that you've seen that. I don't know why. I don't know how that would be somebody's headache and stuff. So he used to be a shoe cobbler in Ibadan, and he did that for like some time, for some period, just to raise extra money for himself. So somebody says, I have UK account and PayPal. Do I need to just to set up a company in the US?
is your UK PayPal, is it like legit? If it is like a legit UK PayPal, you don't need to set up your company again. But then if it is not, if it is one of those people that just tell you bring money, let me help you set it up, I pity you, man. You just run into trouble. Just do it the right way and do it once. But with that, I think we've come to the end of the um, live event.
All right. So, in one way or the other, I believe that you guys have actually learned something that's going to be of help to you. And then, for the few people who are actually serious about this, who actually wants to move their business to a new level, who want to move their online earnings to a new level, who want to move their e-commerce game to the new level, I'm going to say it once again before we end the stream. Go to patng, that is pathng.com/big boy. Get Abdul-Qawiyy's Ecom Goldmine and make sure you do that between now and May 7 so that you can get access to the extra bonuses that he's offering and so that you can get access to the product for 75,000 naira because the price goes up to 100K by May 7. So that will be all for now. Bye.
All right. Cheers, fam.